Hello dear students, today we are going to learn very important chapter 1.5 from your English textbook. Why it is important? Because it having its own significance in France history. The chapter name is Joan of Arc. It is written in a play form. The main character is a girl named Joan in this play. So let's start with the chapter Joan of Arc, written by very famous writer George Bernard Shaw. He was born on 1856 and died in 1950. He was an Irish playwright and critic. Okay, who is critics? Critics are those people who give their views, or you can say point out some of the mistakes, or not actually mistake. They just keep their views on any literary works like plays, books. Anybody, if any writer, they have written books, poem. So they just keep their view how it is and what are the negative sides of it. They are called as a critics. We move further. He wrote more than 60 plays during his lifetime, including major, means the main, which were very famous. The major work was such as Man and Superman in 1902, Pygmalion in 1912, and Saint John in 1923. These all were the very famous work of his. He was the leading dramatist. Leading means expert, you can say the best one. Dramatist, he used to write dramas, plays and all. That's why he got Nobel Prize in Literature in 1925. In beginning only I have said you that this lesson is in the play form. In this lesson, Joan of Arc, the words are written in the dialogues form. There is a conversation. So first we'll see the plotting, or we can understand what is the situation, what is the scene all about. Situation all about, then only we'll understand play. So I just read first the paragraph for you and make you understand. The war was fought between England and France from 1337 to 1453. Actually, it is coming around 116 years, but it is known as 100 years. As we all know, England, to whom we say Britishers also, they have ruled over almost every part of the world. Even India was under their rule. And this same thing they wanted, means they want to rule France completely. They want to rule France. Now in this play, there is a main character, Joan. She belongs to a farmer family. She born in eastern France, and she was illiterate girl, only having religious knowledge then too. It is something miracle that she has led France army. So this is what we are going to see in this story, but here what you are learning is a part of that story in a play form. This play began at the time when all of the northern France and some part of the southwest were under foreign control. English controlled some part and the Burgundies controlled the other. Means two ruling parties were there in the France. Only one city, that is city of New Orleans, was not under English rule, and they wanted to capture it. The reason is, if it comes into their hand, means into the English hand, full France comes into the control, or they will be the ruler of France, who English people. So they wanted New Orleans. The story is of the year 1429. In this you will see one person named Captain Robert the Bedrecord, a military officer. He is seated at the table. His steward, to whom we say steward, servant, standing facing to him, and they are having conversation. So means they are having a dialogues. So before I start with these dialogues, I want you to know something more about main character named Joan. Okay, her actual full name is Janine, but she likes herself to be called as Joan. She always introduces herself as Joan. She is just 18 years old girl, but as I said in the beginning only, that she is illiterate, unlearned and unlettered, means she doesn't know to read and write or any sort of a knowledge she is having. Even she is untaught in the art of war and horsemanship, means what, she is untrained. Nobody has given her the training how to use arms and ammunitions, like sword is there, then arrows, spears and all. how to use in the war. Nobody has trained her, and even she doesn't know how to ride on horse. So this was something very strange, that how is it possible such a drastic change came in herself and she became such a bold and brave soldier, a warrior. How is it possible? So she says the reason that she received a vision, and in that she is getting a command, a message from three angels: Saint Michael, Saint Catherine, and Saint Margaret. They are the three angels. So they come in her dream and they are talking to her. What they are talking, actually they are giving her command, or you can say the instruction, that you are really the chosen one girl. You are a brave girl and you are chosen by God to save France and to give your support to Franz Dauphin Charles VII. Now, Dauphin here is not a name. Dauphin means uncrowned king, means not yet coronation is done. He is just selected that he will become king, but yet coronation is to be done. So with this vision, she start believing in herself. She is now full charge, full confidence she is having in herself. She is thinking that yes, God has chosen her for this mission. See here, you can see how they are talking, whispering in her ears, saying that you are the chosen one. And it really make one believe that yes, when we read the history, how Joan, she freed France from English rule, it make us believe yes, she was the chosen girl, because she brought freedom to France in that time when France people, they have lost completely hope that they will win again. That's why she is very important lady in France history. She is labeled as saint later on. Here is a recent map of France, how France is looking at present in 2020. But it was not the same earlier. I mean, saying from 1415 to 1429, France was ruled by, as I said, English and Burgundy. If you see here the pink color portion, this all part was under England, okay, English people. And the blue color portion is of France, which is only the remaining part. And if you see from all the side, they are covered by different rulers like English. And if you see here the small portion, a purplish color, it is ruled by Burgundy rulers. So from all the side, it is means surrounded by the enemies. Only the blue color part which you see in this map was under the control of Charles VII. Rest every part, like what you see in the north and the east side, was gone in the control of English and in the hand of Dutch of Burgundy. Now we have to understand two things to understand why Joan was so great. The two major steps what she has taken is, first is that she again bring back, or she lifted up French troops' morale. She bring back the confidence in French troops, because they have lost their hope. French people, they have lost their hope that now France will go in the hand of English people. It was on the edge only. This was the first thing what she has done. She brought back the confidence in them. Then later on, with her full force and full past strength, she again captured, ruled over Lorraine, because this is very important part which was under the control of English people. And if she would have not done this, maybe France would have completely gone in the hand of English. So this was an important victory for her. Then the second work what she did, she cleared the path between Orient and the Reims city. Now why Reims is very important, because in those times it was believed that whosoever becomes the king, his coronation is incomplete if it is not done in the Reims city. So Reims is a very important place for the France. Like how we Indians in our country also prime ministers and everything they are becoming, but they become and we believe we accept them as a prime minister when they are taking oath in Delhi. So same way the same importance Reims were having at that time. So all the coronations were done in the Reims. That's why first what she did it, she cleared the path which was under the rule of English people. She cleared the path from Orleans to Reims, and she made Charles VII coronation possible. Then after when Charles VII he became the ruler of France, he started uprooting English people from France. Almost all the lost territory recaptured by Charles VII. During the war with Dutch of Burgundy, it was very sad thing that when they were having a war with Dutch of Burgundy, John was captured by them. Okay, Burgundy soldiers, they captured her and they have taken her and given hand over to English people. What the English people did is they burned her alive. Hope you understood this story. But what we are learning in this story is a beginning stage, the initial stage from where she started with her journey. Okay, in the story we have learned that she is getting a vision. As I said you, the three saints they come and they keep on talking to her and saying, commanding her that you have to support Charles VII. You can bring freedom to France. Okay, victory to France. So that's why she is now very desperate and she's full of confidence. Yes, I can do so. God is helping me. It's a God's word. God's want me to do such a great work. So what she do is she thinks how to do so, how to go and help king. It's not easy, no? Such a poor peasant girl, how she directly go and meet to the king? She come up with the solution that she will go and meet to Robert Baudricourt. Who is Robert Baudricourt? He is a commander-in-chief of France army. So she thinks to take help from him, take some armors and few men from him and go to Chinon. From Chinon she will meet to France king, okay, Charles VII. She will meet her and from there she will take more army and go to New Orleans. I hope you remember the importance of New Orleans city. So she succeed in convincing even Charles VII. She take more army, the men, and she goes to New Orleans and she free New Orleans from English people. So all what we will see in this play that how Joan of Arc is a surname, okay, that she convinced to Robert. Earlier also when she was just 16, that time also she came to him, try to convince him saying that I am getting the vision, but that time he did not listen to her and he returned him. Later when she became 18-year-old girl, that time again she came and she said the same thing that I am getting the vision and I can bring a remarkable change, I can help you in getting the victory. Okay, so she tried to convince, and seeing her confidence, Robert allowed her to take few of his men and even he gave her armories. Okay, so the main two commanders in this who also got convinced with John is Coligny and Jean de Maistre. They two are the soldiers and they are believing in her. And they say to Robert that this girl, she is having some extraordinary power which is making them believe in her. That's why we feel like supporting her. So this play is basically a conversation between these four people. Let's move back to the conversation which is there in your textbook between these four people. So who is there in the first scene? Robert. and he is facing to him. Now here with his word it comes to know that what Robert says in angry mood, that I told you to throw the girl out. You have 50 armed soldiers and dozens of strong servants to carry out my order. Are they afraid of her? Who is saying? Robert is saying to Struve. Now here who is her? That girl Joan. As I said you in the beginning only, she plans to meet Robert and take help from Miss Armories for her. So for that reason she want to meet Robert. But now here Robert is not ready. What the steward is saying now? No sir, we are afraid of you, but she puts courage in us. She really doesn't seem too afraid of anything. Perhaps you could frighten her, sir. Means what he is saying, Stewart is saying that no sir, we are not afraid of her, but her behavior, the body language and the whatever she talks, it makes us believe in her. So who can afraid her? Maybe you may frighten her and send her back. What Robert say? Perhaps. Robert grimly means seriously. He says, perhaps. Where is she now? What Stu says? Down in the courtyard, sir. What is courtyard? Courtyard is a place in front of your house, You must have seen in the villages like that. So, आंगन जिसको बोलते हैं, that is called as courtyard. So he says that go call him up. Now here the girl enters. She is well built. How she is looking? Well built. Strong country girl. Country girl means village girl of 17 to 18 years. What her age is, as I said you, she was of 18 years, teenage girl. The squirrel glare neither frighten her nor stop her. Means who is square? A person who is having a high rank, means among the soldiers, the soldier who is having a high rank is called as a squirrel. So that squirrel is trying to glare, देखता है मगर she is not at all frightened. Okay, so she is not afraid, but in fact she is very bold enough, confident enough. Her body language seems very positive. Very confidently she starts speaking. So she says, good morning, Captain Square. To whom she is saying Captain Square? Robert, because he is captain, commander-in-chief of all the soldiers. You are to give me a horse and armor. यानी तुम मुझे घोड़ा और armor दो, and some soldiers, and send me to the Dauphin. And send me. Here she is trying to explain her plan, what she is actually thinking about. As I said you earlier also, that from the World Coast, she first will go to Chinon. She will take the help of king, and then she will capture New Orleans. That's what she is trying to explain. All the things she is trying to explain to Robert. Now what here it is. See here this is what called as armors. Armors what she is wearing. It's an armor. And here is the Charles 7. Robert, what he says? This girl is mad. Why didn't you tell me so, you blockhead? So what he is saying, he is now addressing to Stewart, and he is saying that this girl seems to mad. Before I would have called her in. Why you have not said me, you blockhead? Means अक्कल कम जिसको बोलते हैं blockhead. So what the Stewart says, sir, do not angry her, give her what she want. What the Stewart saying here, that please sir, do not angry her. Okay. Do not angry her. It shows what? That even the soldiers, even the stewards, they are believing her. Okay. So they say, sir, please don't make her angry, and accept it. Accept what she is saying. Give her what she wants. If she wants soldiers, arms, please give her. So what Robert says. Okay. What Robert says, I shall send you back to your father. I shall send you back to your father with orders to put you under lock and key. It means what? He knows her. As I said you earlier, that at the time of 16, first she came, she asked for the same thing, but That time Robert did not listen to her. Again, with that same intention, she came and made to Robert. Now this time what he is saying, that if you are not ready to listen, I will go and talk to you, means I will call your father and tell him to put you into the lock. So what John said, you think you will squirrel, but it won't happen that way. You said you would not see me, but here I am. What John says, see her confidence. She says, it doesn't matter. You must be a squirrel, you must be a commander, but it doesn't happen in this way. You tried to afraid me. That time also you tried to afraid me, okay, and send me back, and you told me you will not see me again. But see, again I am here. So this is what her confidence is. On this, what Robert said, so you are assuming that I will give you what you want? John, yes, square. See the confidence she is having, and without stopping, she says, I want, means see the demand also. She is so confident that what she wants, exactly what she wants to do, and she is coming out with the solutions also. She knows that how is the condition, financial condition of France. Okay, so she is coming with a solution. What she says is, I want a horse, okay, will cost 16 francs. So how she is going to adjust that amount? It is a big amount of money, but I can save it on the armors. Armors means जो कवच पहनते हैं. I don't need beautiful arms made to my measure. I don't want a new one. I can find a soldier's armor that will fit me well enough. Okay, I can take any old armor of any soldier which can fit me. I will be very much happy and comfortable in that old armor. Also, the only thing she need is a armor, and she means trying to convince him in every possible way. You all know the condition of France now. France is not ready to put more effort in getting freedom. So Robert may come up with the excuse that no, it will cost 16 francs, like that he may say. So before only she says what, I am reducing the cost of that, you give me the old one, I will adjust with it. So see how smart she is. What else she says to Robert, that I do not want your many soldiers, only few of them will do to me. See her confidence level. She says, rest of the soldiers who will give me Dauphin, and from there, after that I will take soldiers from Dauphin and I will go and free Orleans. Did you remember what I said you? What was her plan? From her place, she will first go to Chinon. She will meet to Charles VII. This all she explained to Robert, that how she will go to Chinon and explain everything and take help from Charles VII, and from there she will go to New Orleans and free New Orleans city. So this was her plan. This all she explains to Robert. See here the meaning of Dauphin is given. As I said you earlier also, that the king whose coronation is yet to be done, the oldest son of the king of France, the one who would become, means he is already nominated, only coronation is needed. Okay, let's move to the dialogue. See here the expression of Robert. He is very shocked after listening that she wants to free New Orleans. This is something impossible thing what she wants to do. So she says, simply she is saying that I need only 3 men, and that is very much enough for her. And she gives the name also, which is Jack and Polly. How frankly and easily she is calling, as she is very close to both them. Now very surprisingly Robert says, do you mean Monsieur de Poligny? So she says, yeah. Now here he is surprised that how come she knows about them. Now Joan said, yes, square. Jack will come willingly. Now she is having full confidence, means she has already convinced Jack. He is very kind gentleman and gives me money to give to the poor. Means she knows how, because she always, that person, he always give money to her so that she can go and help to the poor people. That way she knows Jack. I think John Godsave will come, and Dick the archer, and the servant John of honor code, and Julian. These all are the names she's saying that they are willingly ready to come with me. Now, what Robert says on that? Robert means he is to the steward, looking toward the steward and saying, "Is this true?" Eagerly means he too is willingly ready to. So he says, "Yes, sir." And on this, Robert's reaction comes. He goes near the window and shouts into the courtyard, "Send Pollengi to me, will you?" Then he turns to Joan and said to her, "Get out and wait in the yard." Joan, smiling brightly at him, right square, she goes out. Now, as she went, Robert is telling to Stuart, "Go with her, stay within call, and keep your eye on her. I shall have her up here again." Okay, means he is telling Stuart to keep an eye what she is doing. Now, as they move, who is entering? Pollengi. French guard enter, salute, and stand waiting. Here at the side, we can see the meaning given. Retreat hastily means to move away in hurry. Means if suppose like how he has given him command, go and follow her. So, or if we are in hurry somewhere, so that thing is called as retreat hastily, going fast out. Means without waiting, we are just going. Now Robert, he is talking to Pollengi. What he says to him? She says you, Jack and Dick, have offered to go with her. What for? Do you take her crazy idea of going to Dauphin seriously? Now what he says then? She is calling you Jack and Dick, means as if she is very close and she is your friend, like commander or whatsoever, head of commander. So it's something strange. And second thing, as you know that Robert, he is not believing in her idea. What is her idea? We all know that first she will go to free William, and then from there she will go for New Orleans. So these all are the crazy ideas she says. What she is off to free France. That is very impossible. So that what Robert is trying to say to Dauphin, that you are taking such crazy idea very seriously. On this, what Pollengi says slowly, there is something about her. It may be worth trying. But oh, come on, Polly, you must be out of your mind. Pollengi, unmoved. What is wrong with it now? He is answering to it. What is wrong in trusting her? The Dauphin is in Chinon, like a rat. Now he is giving reason here. He is behaving like a rat. He is just sitting in corner, and what he has done, he accepts that he won't fight. The English will take Orleans. He will not able to stop them. Now everyone came to know that Charles VII, he has lost all his confidence and he accepted his defeat. As I mentioned before also through the map, that where is Chinon and why it is important, because here the royal people, the royal family people are staying. Okay, and it is surrounded from all the side by English. So that's why he is labeling him as a rat. Robert, he beat the English the year before last at Montargis. I was with him. Now who is he here? Dauphin. Now Robert is supporting to Dauphin and saying that no, it's not that he is coward. We have beaten English at Montargis. So what Pollengi says, but his men are cowed. What cowed means? Frightened. Now they are frightened and no confidence remained in them. What else he says? I tell you that nothing can save our side now but a miracle. What Pollengi says, that only miracle can change the destiny of France and no one else, because everyone has lost hope. On this, what Robert says, miracle are all right, Polly. The only difficulty about them is that they don't happen nowadays. This line shows what? Even Robert has completely lost faith in himself. Okay, so there is no confidence remained or any hope remained within him. It shows what? That Robert has completely lost faith. or you can say hope, that France will be free, means they have already accepted their defeat. Now on this, what Polanyi says, I used to think so. He says what? Even I used to think like you, sir, but now I am not sure. What he says, I am not sure, means now his thinking is already changed. There is something about her. उस बच्ची में कुछ बात है. He says what? That girl, she is having something. I think the girl herself is a bit of miracle. He says that what Polanyi says, that girl herself is some miracle. Okay. Anyhow, this is our last chance. Let's see what she can do. Robert, wavering. Now here is the expression. What does it shows? That somewhere he too feels like that yes, that girl, she is having some miracle, some extraordinary power. So that's why this expression is shown here. You really think that? Polanyi, turning to him, is there anything else left, sir? Means what he's saying, we don't have any other option. We have to, if we want to take the chance, we have to listen to her. Let's take a chance. Her words have put fire into me. Fire into me means inspired me. Robert, you are mad as she is. What Polanyi says on that? We want a few mad people now. He is very obstinately means stubborn, stick to his word. He says, she were the same ones have landed us, showed us, boosted us. So we want such people only, who believe in her that she is having some extraordinary power. Robert, I feel like a fool. What he is saying, that I am feeling like it's something mad thing is happening. Still, if you feel sure, means what he is saying, still if you feel that she is correct and you are very much sure about all this, that she can bring freedom, so you can go ahead. What Polanyi says, I feel sure enough to take her to Chinon. So he says, yes, I am very much sure and I am willingly ready to go take to her to Chinon. But the only thing is, if you stop me, I won't able to. So I need your permission. It means that. Robert, do you think I ought to have another talk with her? So what he is saying, do you like, क्या तुमको लगता है, should I talk to her? Polanyi, going on to the window, yes, John, come up. What he says, yes sir, you should talk to her, and he called John up. Polanyi, be seated, John. What Polanyi is saying here now gravely means very proudly. Now he is having confidence that Robert is ready. That's why he is saying, Robert, what is your name? John says, they always called me Jenny in Lorraine, where she stayed. Here in France, I am Joan. The soldier called me the maid. Okay, what soldier is calling me? They are calling me maid. Robert, how old are you? Joan, 17. So they tell me. What means she's, as I said you, she's illiterate, no? She's not having knowledge of anything properly. So that's why she's saying maybe 17 I am. They are telling me that my age is 17. I might be 19 also. I don't remember. Okay, she's not having at all knowledge of maths or something, numbers. Robert, I suppose you think raising a siege. Okay, siege किसको बोलते हैं? What to what we say, raising a siege, surround from all the side and attack, removing the force surrounding a place. It's as easy as chasing a cow out of a meadow. Now here what he is trying to say, that if you are thinking like it's very easy to remove English people from France, do you think it's like just going after the cow and catching cows and cattle? Is that like that? So he is trying to making her understand it's not that easy. Soldiering is not the job of everyone, that anybody can come, the shepherdess can come and do this job. It's not so. What John says, I don't think it can be very difficult. What she is saying here, no, for me, I am not thinking that it is difficult, because if God is on your side, no one can defeat you. This is what she believes. On this, Robert grimly said, have you ever seen English soldier fighting? Means now here he is trying to frighten her. that have you ever seen them? Have you ever seen them plundering, burning, turning the countryside into a desert? Have you heard no tales of their prince who is the devil himself, or of the English king's father? Okay, plundering means looting, means how harsh, heartless people they are. Robert, in all the possible way, is trying to make her understand that how cruel, heartless English soldiers are. They don't have any mercy. They turn such a green, nice places into a desert. They burn people alive. Okay, this all thing he tried to keep on make her understand that see how they are. Very cruel people. You must have not faced them. Even you have heard about the prince who is such a devil. He is using the word devil here. How devil he is, and same like his father. This all Robert tries to make her understand, or try to put fear in her. But on this, what John said? John said, "You do not understand, Square. Our soldiers are always beaten because they are fighting only to save their skin." What does it mean? Save their skin? To save their life means when they were fighting, when they were on the war field, they were first thinking of themselves, that हमको कुछ ना हो जाए. So save their skin means that. And the shortest way to save your skin is to run away. Now she says what? If you want to save yourself, the only way is to run away. Run away is a sign of cowards. Okay, so she's trying to say that now what the soldiers are doing, or everywhere in the France, what the soldiers are doing, they are just now saving their skin. But I will teach them to fight for France. Means she will put patriotism, love for nation in the soldiers. Then they will drive the soldiers before them like a ship. Like sheep. You and Polly will live to see the day when there will not be a single English soldiers on the soil of France. See her confidence. She says, "I assure you there will not be any English soldier on France soil." Robert to Poligny, "This may all be nonsense, Polly, but the troop might just be inspired by it, though nothing that we say seems to put any fire into them. Even the Dauphin might believe it, and if she can put some fight into him, she can put it into anybody." What Robert is trying to say here, that if John, she's saying all the time that God has sent me, whatever I am doing is given, God has commanded me. If she is saying that, and if she is true, definitely she will have a quality to change, to boost up confidence in Dauphin also. She will make him fight back with the English soldiers. And if she succeeds in such thing, so anybody can believe her. Means everyone will start believing in her that she is having some extraordinary power. So this is what he is trying to say. Robert turning to John, "Now you listen to me." Now he is saying to John, "Listen to me and don't cut me in before." Means do not interrupt. Then he says what? "I have time to think. Your orders are that you are to go to Chinon under the escort of this and 3 of his friends." This means Poligny is standing, so he is pointing there. So here he is using the word order. So here it's like a taunting way. You can say it's like a taunt he is giving to John. Okay, that you are ordering me that give me 3 mans and arms so that she can go to Chinon. So this all he's trying to say. Somewhere he is having a doubt that she may not succeed. That's why he is using such a taunt language. See the reaction of Joan after she gets the permit. Radiant, clapping her hands. Means she's so happy, delightful. चेहरा चमक रहा है. That's why the word radiant is used. "Oh, thank you, Square. Now she is thanking to square. After she complete, now Polengi, he is having some doubt. What doubt he is having? How is she to get into the royal presence? Means how it's possible that easily she can go into the Dauphin's palace. It's not that everyone, any common man can easily go and meet to king. So that's why he is questioning that, means he is having some doubt in mind, and he is asking to Robert. So what Robert said, I don't know. How did she get into my presence? Now here he said, I do not know what she will do. How she came in front of me, she start demanding me. She may go like that to Dauphin also. I will send her. What I will do is just I will send her to Chinon, and she can say I send her. The only help I can do is that I will send her to Chinon, and there she can say that who has sent me? Robert. So this work I can do for her. Then let come what may. Then afterward let it be what happens, what results come out. I cannot do more. What he says, Robert, that after this I cannot do more to help her out. Joan, and the dress. Now she is asking for dress. Dress means here the armors what they wear during the war. I may have a soldier's dress, square. Now she is demanding for the soldier dress. Robert, take what you want. Take what you please. What you please means what you want. What is suited to you, you can take it. I wash my hands off it. I wash my hand off it is a phrase, okay? Not take any responsibility for it. Means he is whatever will happen, whatever the result will come out, he is not responsible. Who? Robert. So he is saying the thing that whatever you want men's, you want armors, you take it. I am not responsible after this. Robert now shaking hand with Polengi and saying him goodbye, old man. Okay, why old man? Because he is a senior most person in the troop. That's why only his suggestion he has taken. I am taking a big chance. Few other men would have done it. But as you say, see here the things coming. There is something about her. I have taken chance. If other would have said, I would have not believed this. Polengi, yes, there is something about her. And he leaves saying goodbye. Dear students, I hope you understood full play and the story too. And you would have enjoyed also. So dear students, bye, take care. And read once more full play for better understanding.